I feel like we've all have had that thought at one point. You know, I could do that. Oh yeah, I could do that. I mean, that can't be that hard to do. Especially gamers. I know that I've seen or played an indie game at one point and said, I could do that, or at least have had the inspiration to try it. But then you see a YouTube video that pops up and says, you know, how to make video games alone. And then partway through the video, they try to sell you a course of some sort. Or you see a devlog from somebody saying, making my first game. And then you start watching and find out that they've been working as a game developer for a professional game studio for 10 years, and this is just the first game that they're making by themselves. Or they've been in the computer science industry for years already, or they've had some sort of like experience that gives them a leg up, and you are definitely not in the same position as they are. It could be frustrating and demoralizing. Like, wouldn't it be great if you could see what it was like from the beginning? Well, I've never worked in programming, and I know enough Python and JavaScript to impress your grandma, but never made or published anything of substance, or at all. I have been stuck in tutorial hell before, and I have started many unfinished code projects, and after making some assets for the game Inzoi, which you might have seen some of my videos for, I've had the urge to try game dev. Now, I'm here to be 100% transparent with you, no bullshit. I will show you what I already know, which honestly is not much, and then you can follow along from the beginning. I'll even hit on things that most people don't show, like how to make your own assets instead of just getting something from the asset store. I'm excited to share this video with you, so let's get started. The hardest part is picking a mother game engine.
There's too many of them!
I'll save you some time. All the videos you watch on game engines will tell you the exact same thing. Blah, 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 blah. Pick Unity. But for real, they do all sound something like...
The answer to choosing the right engine is actually really easy. And it's that there is no answer.
Choose the one that fits your project.
Making the choice between them largely dependent on the type of game that you want to make.
There are none. Any engine that ticks the boxes for your project, download it and get cracking.
Use one of these 3 engines.
I think the majority of us game developers shouldn't get too lost in the weeds and should just pick something and move forward.
But most people end up picking Unity due to the vast amount of tutorials. People will also say that Unity is way easier than Unreal, but I've messed with both and they both kind of suck to learn.
What the hell?
Listen, I know that there are other engines, but I am picking one of these two. The real difference in game engines is how much money you can make. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm not going to be making any money from a game that I make if I even publish it. But basically, both Unity and Unreal don't make you pay until you've made more than enough money. The more money your game makes, over the long run, Unreal would end up costing you more. I personally have more experience in Unreal. I've tried making a horror game a few years ago. I didn't get very far when Unreal Engine 5 came out and I upgraded and lost everything. I don't want to talk about that, but I've also used Unreal to make visualizers for my band, Chaos Era. And luckily, I've already started this game idea in both Unreal and Unity. I still can't make up my mind. So what is this game idea that I have? Well, right now I'm calling it Flipper Sim or Flipper Simulator. You buy things via garage sales, thrift stores, and find stuff within those levels on the floor possibly that might have some value, and then you take it home and resell it for a profit. Now the game loop would basically just be buy stuff, list it, sell it, repeat. I want there to be lots of objects to sell, and I want there to be some sort of randomization to the stats, like how much it's worth versus how much it costs you to buy. I'd also like this to fluctuate over time as well. So maybe you find a DVD collection of Lost in a thrift store that you bought on day 2 and you sold it for $10, but then in day 30 it might have sold for, $20. I have a very bare bones start in both Unity and Unreal, and like I said, I still can't decide. So comment down below if you want to see me do Unreal or Unity for this project. I'm leaning towards Unreal, which may be a bit harder in terms of finding resources, but then I could share that with you guys. But also Unity and coding in C# might make me feel like a hacker man. I don't know. So comment Unity or Unreal. We'll see who wins, and I'll get to work on that engine. It's important to know that both are free to use, and I will be using other free tools like Blender for this project as well, but I might also be using some paid software like, let's be honest, I'm not paying for Adobe Photoshop, but I might be using a free version of Adobe Photoshop that I can't tell you how to get. but I'm sure you can find resources for online. But yeah, I will not be using anything that really costs money to make this. My plan is to make as much of this myself. So I want to make models, music, graphics, everything myself. I do work a full-time job, and so YouTube is personally like a very, very, very far way off to the side part-time deal, right? But this is something I've been itching at ever since I started making those Inzoi tutorials. I've been making some models in Blender and just been wanting to make my own game. I just think it'd be cool to have one thing that I've made that I can share. With that being said, don't forget to comment which engine I should use, and then I'll get started, and you'll see which one I pick in the next video. Thanks again, and we'll see you then.